free agent, it would be a cat you never heard of coming out of nowhere, and then boom, on she goes. You know what I'm saying?
It just shows that you can try to catch a butterfly and you can swing your net at it, but if you do nothing, sometimes it'll land right on your shoulder.
That's it, man. So we'll see. Let's talk about it all next week. You and I will talk some Tribe on Tuesday. I can't wait. Big weekend for Cleveland sports. You have some fun watching it and writing about it, and we'll get together next week, talk about it all.
I sure will. Sounds good, J-Rock. Thanks, too.
You got it. My man, Jeff Gorman. Of course, you guys can check him out at Browns101.com and Indians101.com as well, and you can tweet with them at Browns_101. We're going to take a break. When we come back, final segment, I'm going to get my man Ryan Ruiz on with us for a few minutes, just kind of get a little introductory conversation with him as we wrap up the show. We'll set the stage for the Indians, set the stage for all of your sports this weekend. We'll give you the who's and where's and when's and all of that, wrapping things up when we come back live here on the Sports Fix. Don't go anywhere. Final segment. Ryan Ruiz coming up next.
And now, a very special announcement from the Sports Fix.
Black bears weigh between 200 and 500 pounds. Brown bears weigh between 300 and over 1,000 pounds. Black bears run away from you. Brown bears run at you. When attacked by a bear, simply lie still on the ground and cover your face and head with your hands. When the bear is finished batting you around and mauling you, contact the U.S. Forest Service.
And that was a message from the Sports Fix.
Guys, want to take just a second as we head into this break and remind you about the official business printing source of the Sports Fix, our friends at Signs and Ship. Signs and Ship, I'm telling you, Chris and Pam, they've taken care of me since day one, and they can do the same for you. Whether you're a small business that's already been established and you're looking to grow to that next level and expand your business, or perhaps you've got an idea that you just know is going to be a great business and you need to figure out how to brand it and how to promote it and put it out there, Signs and Ship is the place for you. If you need a logo, they can create one for you. They have a fantastic graphic designer. Business cards, signs, banners, yard signs, mobile advertising, anything you can think of that you need to promote your business, they've got it at Signs and Ship. The best thing about them, too, is each of their locations, whether it's the home base here in Elyria, Ohio that I work with, or their spots in Virginia, Florida, and Pennsylvania, it's all local sourced. Very important to me because we all understand that small business is the lifeblood of the community. So check them out, signsandship.com, or call Chris and Pam today, 440-323-6060, the home office in Elyria, Ohio. Signs and Ship, quality printing at affordable prices.
It's an addiction. The Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
In baseball, miracles can happen when a team works together.
2 out, bottom of the ninth.
Down to their last strike.
The same is true in the fight against cancer. That's why MLB has teamed up with Stand Up to Cancer. Because we believe that when we all stand up together,
41,000 on their feet.
we can make cancer history.
Now everybody's standing.
What a buzz in this building.
This is beyond a dream. Stand up with MLB at standuptocancer.org.
I've been a pro wrestler my whole life, so championship belts have always kind of been a way of life to me. But did you know title belts are quickly becoming the fastest rising and the most popular new way for people to celebrate all kinds of things you never would have thought of before? We use it for our fantasy football league. It's a really cool conversation piece. Office pools, employee of the month, you name it. There's tons of different trophies that you used to buy plaques for. Well, I'm here to tell you about Pro-Am Championship belts, who have the highest quality championship belt with the lowest prices. Replace those old trophies with stock belts on hand that they can customize for as low as $30. Any occasion, celebrations, awards, championships, fantasy leagues, gifts, plus wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing. If you need championship belts, check them out. Pro-Am Championship Belts, ProAmBelts.com. Look them up on Facebook, Pro-Am Belts. Trust me, nothing says cool like doing the discount double check with a real championship belt. Just ask Aaron Rodgers. Now you too can have one thanks to Pro-Am Championship Belts.
Hi, this is Dean Chenoweth, head coach of Cleveland's Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
welcome back to Sports Fix, wrapping things up for the day and for the week. Final segment here as we roll back into it across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock back with you, rolling on. My man, Ryan Ruiz. We're going to just get a little check-in here with my man. Usually during the football seasons, he will bring you the 3 dog bones to a Browns victory, but there's no dog bones. There's no... I mean, hey, look, I hope for fans going down there that the Browns win the game, but by the time you get down to the final score in a preseason game, it's been determined by 3 doctors, a lawyer, and a trash man. So, you know, hey, it is what it is, man. We will not get into the dog bones per se, but I definitely want to check in with him, see where he's at so far through the preseason, and get him back on the airwaves. It's been a few months. So going to the phones here in just a minute. You can keep the conversation going. Facebook, Twitter, and email, not just now, but all weekend long during the Gladiators game, during the ArenaBowl, during the Tribe games all weekend, during the Browns game. Tweet with us. Let me know what you're watching, what you're thinking, how you're feeling at the Sports Fix CLE. Hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/the Sports Fix, and tweet. I'm so used to doing it in that order, I flip things around on myself. And email me, thesportsfix@AOL.com. Ooh, last note there, speaking of email, fantasy football. The league is filling up fast. And you know what? It's a little, I'm just going to say, there's a celebrity amongst your midst this year in the Sports Fix Fantasy League. As one of the members of the league competing with us this year is television wrestling star Ethan Carter III, EC3 from Spike TV every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Impact. So there you go. I mean, rubbing shoulders with the stars here when you roll with the Sports Fix Fantasy Football League. The defending champion, Dean Samples, I called him out. I said, man, should be like Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Put the belt on the line. Put it up, baby. He, of course, won the championship last year, so he's back in. We've got the returning champ. I believe we've got, it looks like maybe 1 or 2 open spots. I know I've got a few pendings here, and hey, if you get an invitation from us for the league, answer it quickly because I don't leave them out there very long, and then I move on to the next person because we've got a lot of people trying to get in. So if you miss it, I can't promise that opportunity is still going to be there. If you want to play, it's simple. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com, and we will let you know how you can get yourself in the league. Thesportsfix@AOL.com. It's an ESPN-based league. It's all internet, very easy. The draft is online. It will be September 2nd, Tuesday night, September 2nd, right before the start of the season. It will be an 8 p.m. draft. You can do it from your phone, from your iPad, from your device, from your house, wherever you're at. It'll be very easy for all of us around the country. So email thesportsfix@AOL.com. Let me know you want to play some fantasy football. And that thing, man, we're 10 days away. So I think, matter of fact, the league will be filled by the time we come back next week. But if not, I'll give you that email address again. We're going to go back to the phones. My man Ryan Ruiz from the Inscriber writes for the Browns. He gives you some dog bones here on Fridays. Ryan, how you doing, man?
J-Rock Daddy. What's going on, J-Rock?
I'm fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. It's nice to be back. Sorry I've been absent for a while.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. It's been off season. It's no big deal. We're getting back into it, man. And, you know, nothing formal here today. I just figured we'll touch base. I'll kind of take your pulse on where you're at with things, good and bad and otherwise so far. We're about halfway to the regular season and, you know, just kind of that kind of thing. Nothing, I mean, like I said, there's no dog bones because there's no true victory whether you win or lose in the preseason. There is no such thing as victory. Only escaping without injury is about the only true victory in the preseason, but where are you at so far?
Yeah, I got mixed emotions, just like all of you guys. I'll tell you what, it was an eye-opener on Monday night, seeing on how desperate we are at wide receiver after Josh Gordon. So I got to see something on Saturday night from the receivers. Jeff Gorman hit on it, and I mean, we're in trouble. Browns are in trouble at receiver right now, and I've been to camp, the past 15 practices and seen some things and that I like, seen some things that I didn't like. It seems like the thing about the preseason is that there's just no continuity, and I know Mike Pettin tried to blow it out of proportion in his press conference and shake it off, but there's no momentum and there's no I mean, if you've ever played any sports, you don't just jump in and out of a game and get continuity and momentum. I mean, that's just not how it works. So I look forward to watching Saturday night and really seeing some gelling, both on the offensive line, and you got to see something happen from the wide receiving group.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you heard Jeff and I were pretty much stressing that same thing there. That's one of the biggest things, you know. And and again, there's only so much that the Browns will wait here when it comes to that, because as I said, there's going to be about 600 other players for them to choose from next week. So I believe for everybody not named, those three guys that I named, everybody not named Austin, Burleson, and Benjamin, the rest of you guys may not have a spot here. You need to, I truly believe that, you know, you say you don't count missed passes for the quarterbacks. Well, they're going to be counting dropped passes. You drop a pass this weekend, you might as well drop your jersey with it.
Yeah, they already are counting stuff like that. And you know something, J-Rock, I'm working on an article trying to do my prediction of what the 53-man roster is going to look like, and it's tough. It's tough because, it's like you said, it's a pool of 600 players after the cuts, and, you can't pick 53 guys on this team right now that are going to be starting the 2014 season. You're going to get some people from elsewhere, and I think the Browns have their eyes on another receiver, and there is this small inclination that I feel like there's going to be a move made for a receiver of a known name here before the season starts, especially once we find out the fate of Josh Gordon, which, many of us thought that was going to be today.
What makes you say that, though? Because this is how many years in a row that the Browns have talked about needing a impact wide receiver. They've never made a move for one. The move that they made was signing Austin and Burleson. I don't believe number one, I don't believe there's anybody out there. I don't know why people are infatuated with an overpaid older Andre Johnson, man, because I don't want a $30 million torn hamstring on my roster. Sorry about that. But who's out there to be gotten? Because it ain't quality wide receivers here. I just don't see it, but I don't see it being the Browns' philosophy either. If they wanted an impact wide receiver, they knew Josh Gordon was going to be gone. They would have drafted Watkins, or they would have done something at the draft. They got that extra draft pick so that they can get themselves a wide receiver next year in the draft, but I don't see any preseason move coming, big trade. They may get a guy that you didn't expect to get cut from another team, like a decent name that got cut maybe, but I'm just curious what makes you think they will, because this team's philosophy is not to do that at all. I don't think they're going to grab anybody big unless they went after Johnson. Now maybe they give up a second round pick for him, but that's an awful big risk to me. He's owed $35 million and he can't stay on the field, man.
No, you're right. I just this isn't the same regime. I mean, you could say, well, the Browns have never done that, but it's Farmer's show now, and I just if you watched them just like I have at practice, and you watch these games, you got to be worried about wide receiver right now.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I mean, the question then becomes, out of that 600 pool of players, a handful of them are going to be wide receivers. What can you add that's going to be better than Taylor Gabriel or Willie Snead or Charles Johnson, or Jonathan Krause? I mean, that's where your scouting guys have to come in, and you got to realize that last year the Seattle Seahawks had 3 or 4 undrafted receivers on their team. So, something's going to happen. Somebody's got to step up and make some plays on Saturday night and Thursday night that'll solidify a spot or two.
Ryan Ruiz from the Inscriber joining us here as we wrap up the show. Anything else you're looking to see here this weekend outside of that, or anything you're looking for?
Yeah, I'd like to see more of Justin Gilbert. I was impressed on Monday night with the snaps that he had. I'd like to see Terrence West get some more carries too, which I think is for sure going to happen. And Pierre Desir had an awful game in that first game against the Lions, so I would really like to know. I'd like to see him definitely get some playing time, which